Happy Halloween.
Hey,
If anybody ever asks what I'm going as, just tell them I'm going as a World Series champion. I think it's that time of the year where they're sick of me, they're sick of playing against each other, and it's just time to, see what we have going up against someone else. And we're excited about the year. Kids have been working really, really hard, been very pleased with their progress. By no means do I think we are where we want to be, but that's the beauty and the joy of coaching and putting together a team, a roster, watching them come together daily to figure it all out. I know in this day and age, we all want things instantly, Instagram, whatever the case might be, but it's also a process, and we're enjoying that process. It's a great group to work with. We've had a couple injuries that have forced us to put kids in unfamiliar situations, uncomfortable situations, but I think they've handled it extremely well, and I'm looking forward to just the progress, what we're going to endure this year. Sitting to my left is Clara Strack, and I affectionately call her my baby. That's what we called her last year because she was the baby of the group. She got to us and she was very, very young. She's supposed to be a freshman this year, age-wise, but yet her progress and what she's been able to do, from that freshman year to that sophomore year, the jump has been tremendous. And she's one of the ones I've been talking about. Like, we put her in some very unfamiliar situations. She's played 4 positions for us this preseason, and she's handled it all very, very well. So I'm excited for her progress, what she's going to do. I think you guys are going to love watching her play. She has a very quiet confidence, very versatile, very mobile, and that's just going to add to what we are going to be able to do this year. But a lot of kids have stepped up, and we're excited for Monday to come around so we can get this thing started.
Questions?
Claire, which of the 4 positions would you rather prefer to stick with?
I would have to say the 4 or the 5, but it is fun to be the point guard sometimes.
Claire, can you kind of speak to how the post group is feeling heading into the season?
Yeah, I think we're really excited. We have good depth in our post group. I think we all have been working together really well in practice, and I think we're all just really excited to go out and play other people.
Kenny, a couple weeks ago, you said you still didn't really know how good this team could be. With a couple more weeks of practice, any thoughts, any clarifications, anything that you can give us?
Yeah, obviously the potential is there. And a couple weeks ago, we were still a little raw and where we were trying to go. A little bit more clarity in what we're trying to do now, the way that they're able to work well together in those positions. I've put some very unconventional lineups out there where we're huge, and they've handled it extremely well. And so you'll probably see that line up quite a bit during the early stretches, as we head into SEC play. But, I think we have the potential to be a very good basketball team. We do. We have the pieces. In some areas where we needed to be, we're very experienced. We're older. I've joked about it. We may have the oldest backcourt in the country, and I had to treat them that way because, Deja Lawrence and Georgia Amore, they've logged a lot of minutes, played a lot of great basketball. So we have to make sure it's kind of like the vintage car. You don't want to take it out every day, but you want to make sure you take care of it. And then we have young post players who are just thriving and getting better each and every day. So I think that's a good recipe for success. Obviously, we were hurt a little bit with the injuries that affects our depth a little bit, but we need to get our bench to be able to contribute for us in a positive way.
Yeah, you teased us a little bit in the blue-white game with the Twin Towers, the 2 Claras out there. I assume we'll see a little
It's not a tease. You're going to see it a lot. It's not a tease. It's something that's going. They're too talented not to have them on the floor together, and that's where I gush with just excitement. Her versatility allows us to do that. She honestly can play 4 positions and play them well. It's not like a gimmick. The one is a little bit different, but she's at a very young age. And close your ears, but she's one of the smartest players that I've had. And she just understands it. She understands my offense she doesn't memorize it. If it's a play, she knows why she's supposed to go from A to B to get to C. And it's not just, hey, connect the dots and, hey, he said go here, then I got to go there. She knows why she's supposed to go there. And what she's doing now, which I've been extremely proud of her, and she's watched Liz Kitley do it, and she's watched Georgia Amore do it. She's directing people on the floor. If someone, has a little bit of a hiccup or a brain freeze, they don't know exactly where to go, she's telling them where they should go in a manner that is very respectful, and the kids really listen to her. So that's what she's being groomed to be a leader of our program, because she knows it extremely well. But that allows, it's not a tease. They're going to play together, and she's had that experience last year playing with Kitley. Where she can play, the high post, she can do a lot of different things, and that allows Clara Silva to be on the floor even more.
Can you guys both talk about how excited are you to give this newly renovated arena a nice debut on Monday night with hopefully a good crowd?
Yeah, I'm super excited. We've been practicing in it a few times. Obviously, we had the blue and white, and it's super nice in there. It looks amazing, so I can't wait to get out there on Monday.
We're just been excited. I live vicariously through fans' eyes, when they talk about it, and because we weren't here for the old, and so we don't know any different other than what we see. But when we listen to fans talk about, the history of the building, the improvements of the building, they're so excited. So we're looking forward to giving them a good show while they're in that brand new arena, and it's very nice. As Clara mentioned, we've been in there practicing. It has a wonderful vibe to it. It's bright. The sound system is amazing. It just really feels like a little mini NBA arena when you get everything going, and when you get fans in there, and it's going to be bumping. If you see my head bobbing up and down, because the sound system's so good, it gives you an atmosphere that kids want to be able to play in, and so we're looking forward to it. Obviously, the season ticket sales have gone very well, and then we're looking forward to it. Kind of. Monday is opening night for both of us and both teams, and we're going to kick it off, and hopefully people will be able to get over to Rupp, in time to see the tip off for the men's game. So it's going to be a really good day for Kentucky basketball.
Without an exhibition, you guys are kind of going out there playing some Monday for the first time. Are there a little, nerves? Are you excited? Are you kind of curious?
Yes, to all of that. But you know what, We've never had an exhibition game, and it is a good trial run for everything, like you mentioned, the ups and the just a trial run of everything. But we had a scrimmage the other day against a Power 5 opponent, which I think will suit us very well to prep for that. And so there's all of that, it's all of that. But that's why you do it, for this feeling that you have right now, the excitement that's about to come. It's why you do it. It's why she plays. It's why I coach, and we're looking forward to it.
Kenny, Claire, could you just answer that?
Yeah, I think I'm super excited personally. I think the team's ready. Obviously, playing against each other, and then the same practice players can get long, and however you want to put it. But I think I'm super excited to get against another opponent and just see what we can do.
Did it surprise you at all about the season ticket sales went so well so quick?
No. This is why I came here, is because of the fan base in Kentucky. We had built the same thing at Virginia Tech, and so we kind of we understand the product that we put out there. We want this to be the university's team. It's not just our team as I constructed it or she decided to come here. We understand that we're playing for something bigger, and we knew that this could be a possibility. I'm very proud that it's happened this quickly, that people want to come out and support it. But I can't go anywhere in Lexington without somebody coming up, saying how excited they are to have us here. And that didn't happen, when I got to Virginia Tech. When I got to Virginia Tech, I don't think anybody knew that I was the head coach there. And they grew to know, and they grew to appreciate what we were doing. But to come here, and yet before you've even played a game and have everything sold out, it just goes, it's an testament to the fan base. And that was a big reason why I wanted to come here, because I felt like it was a sleeping giant. And we've had some success early on in the recruiting battles, and we've had some success, marketing our kids and getting them out there and understanding, what Kentucky's all about. And I think that's generated a lot of interest, and we're looking forward to, making people proud, that Kentucky women's basketball has a really good product out there that they can enjoy, and then maybe we'll do even better.
Can you give us any indication on how that scrimmage went, perhaps?
It's coach talk. We did some really good things. We did some things we need to work on, but it was a trip that was. We came back and we were very pleased with everything, all things considered, and it's a lot of people think that you go out there and you assemble a team, and that team is just supposed to orchestrate how they did at their previous spots. It takes time. Chemistry takes time. Case in point, you look at her in Georgia, Clara in Georgia. They've known each other for a year, but they hadn't really worked together a lot. Now Clara was, kind of in the background watching Liz in Georgia and the way they worked. So it helped, but they still had to go out on the court and work well together. And then you add, 11 new players to a group. It's going to take a little bit of time to get, the chemistry down pat. But we left there, we got on the bus, and, I think my speech at the end was we did a lot of good things. We did, a lot of things we need to work on. But that's to be expected this time of the year. But I didn't walk away from there, head hung low, or I was very optimistic of what I saw.
Did you play wild like you were talking about wanting your team to do?
No, I don't want them to play wild. I just want them to be wild after they play good. Yeah, I don't want them to play wild. I want them to play under control and do the things. I don't think we did a whole lot of. You did. She played extremely well, and she had some really nice plays, and I think she just walked to the free throw line afterwards, which is very respectful. That's what we're going to be. But I think once we got in the huddles, they shared some enthusiasm. So they're working on it, and that's a part that they're getting better at with the bravado, the confidence that we want them to have, but respectfully.
Kenny, outside of Georgia, obviously she can shoot the same from anywhere. What about the rest of the team?
Oh.
Shooting?
Yeah, we had a lot of three-point attempts the other day. I told the group we didn't shoot the ball as well as I wanted to during that scrimmage, but we were like right there, and total it up. Every shot that we missed seemed like you missed it by a half inch, and 7 inches more, and we would have probably had a tremendous shooting night. A lot of capability in shooting the basketball from a lot of different players. Deja Lawrence has been shooting the ball extremely well. We're excited about what she's going to be able to provide. Amelia Hassett has been lighting it up. You guys saw her in Big Blue Madness. And it's kind of funny because we recruited her as a shooter, getting to know her personality. Didn't know how confident she was because she really got down on herself quite a bit during preseason, so much so that we had to have conversations about it. And then, man, you flick that light on, and she was like a woman possessed. It was like, this is what I do. Let me do it. Get out of my way. I think they even asked her. They said, what was it they asked her during the
Yeah, they asked her what her section would win if she won the shooting competition, and she said, I'm going to make every single shot.
Yeah, so I'm going to make every single shot. And they said, well, what is your section going to get? And she was supposed to say, a promotional thing like, you get a gift card from Kroger, or I'm not exactly sure what it was. She said, everybody's going to get a house. And we were like, what? And she went out there trying to shoot to get everybody a house. But she's shooting the ball exceptionally well right now, and her confidence is through the roof. And it's like when she's like that in that zone, I just leave her alone. I don't even tell her that's a good shot, that's a bad shot. Maybe you should have swung it for one more. I just leave her alone because she thinks she's going to make every shot. And when you have someone like that, you want to get her the basketball. Georgia, obviously, as you mentioned, Clara, she has a green light to shoot the three. It's like if she's open and she can shoot the three, I'm like, let it fly. She's worked on it. We've worked on it a lot, and I want her to be confident as she, continues to grow and evolve her game, and that's a part of it. So it's like, you got the green light, just let it fly. So we have kids who are capable of knocking it down outside of Georgia, and we want them to step up and be confident in all of their looks.
Clara, they say that good teams reflect their coach's personality. What are we going to see in this team that reflects the personality of the guys in this team?
That's a good question. I would say our attention to detail. We very methodical in the way we run like our offenses and stuff, and I think that's how he coaches us to be. So I think that would be a good reflection of him.
Kenny, have you talked to either Coach Elsey or Coach Mitchell?
You know what? I've played phone tag with Coach Mitchell. I know eventually we will get together at some point in time. I didn't want to do it for Big Blue Madness because he would probably try to get me to go out there and dance like he did all the time. But I know he will be a tremendous resource. I know he loves the University of Kentucky and the women's basketball program. So we will eventually meet up. Coach Elsey, she and I sat down and had a very good, long conversation over the summer during on a recruiting trail. Have so much respect for her, always have had so much respect for her and how she goes about her business. She's a consummate professional. And you know, she had nothing but great things to say about her experience at the University of Kentucky. And that meant a lot to me. You know, she wished us well. I wished her well in her future endeavors. It's good relationships. It's good relationships. You know, Coach Elsey is even telling me, you know, a good church to go to, and, you know, things of that nature. So it's a good relationship, and, you know, we all understand the nature of the business and the profession, but behind that business and everything that goes along with it, we coaches, we have like a little fraternity sorority where we really, you know, support each other, and we see each other as more than just coaches. We see each other as people, and those are two good people that I've always respected, and by my you know, coming here, they've been very gracious with you know, their time and telling me a lot of things about the university and fan base, where to eat, you know, where to go to church, things of that nature, which are all very important to me.
We've got time for one or two more.
Coach, have you ever had a player like Georgia who is the coach? And
No.
wanted to take a back seat and say, you know, I'm going to let her take over for a second?
Oh, I do. You know, and you know, Georgia was in my office this morning for 45 minutes. We had coffee. She was in my office yesterday for an hour and a half. She is truly my mini me, you know. And I got mad at her yesterday in practice because I was thinking something, and without telling her, she didn't do it. And I'm like, what the heck? You know, you don't ever do that. You know, but that's how close knit we are. So in the big blue, the blue-white scrimmage, you know, when I sat her for the rest of the game, I told her you weren't playing anymore. If anyone ever noticed, she was the one that was coaching the team. You know, I was sitting down talking to the donors, and she was up coaching the team, telling the team what to run. And she could probably do it as good as I'm doing it because she understands what we're doing. A lot like Clara, she doesn't memorize her stuff. She knows why we're doing it, why you're cutting from A to B, why you're going from here to there. And that's very, very important. So I've never had a connection with a player like I have with her. And part of it is because I think we've been together for like 10 years. You know, I'm joking, but it seems like that. But she was with us. She was with me, and she gray shirted. She came in January, her first year, she gray shirted, she didn't play. So we had a couple months before she actually even started playing, and then obviously she got the COVID year, so it gives her another year. And so there's going to be a lot of connection. But it's like, you know, we talked yesterday for an hour and a half, we didn't even talk basketball. We talked family, we talked future, we talked, you know, a lot of that different stuff. So there's going to be a positive connection there, and that's something that's very special, and it's something I don't take for granted. Because you get those opportunities, you know, sometimes once in a lifetime, but, you know, some people are blessed to have it a few more times. So I'm definitely don't take it for granted.
Last question, go ahead.
Yeah, Clara, coach is a coach. He has to talk positively. Coach speak, as he calls it. You have a little bit more freedom to speak. How good can this team be? You've played on a lot of teams. How good can they be? What is their ceiling?
Yeah, I don't think we really have a ceiling. I think that we can be a really good team this year. We have all the pieces. Obviously, we all came from different places, different teams, different backgrounds, but I think that if we can put all those pieces together and we can reach our full potential, like I don't think I really would give us a ceiling.
You can't trip her up. She's just like me, so coach talk too.